last night's NBA All-Star Game contest series, it might represent a new low point for the league. People may even turn against King James. Into it, let's get. Okay, so first and foremost, I, like you, did not watch the game. I saw of it. I saw clips as it was being shared. There was also a Saturday Night Live thing going on. I didn't watch either, to be honest with you. We don't have a collective consciousness anymore. People are not tuned into one thing, and the NBA kind of realizes this. Paywalls most of their content. If you're a fan of any team, you have to buy their app. So we should have a bunch of these games on broadcast TV, and yet somehow we don't. And if my memory is not mistaken, didn't the All-Star Game used to be on free over-the-air television? But now that's all sequestered to TNT, where people have cut cable. So again, what are we doing here, guys? Oh, I know. We're watching LeBron James not play a game. Scratching himself just before the game starts. Actually poses for the team photo in streetwear. And to my shock, he has defenders still who are in on this. Oh, well, he has an ankle or foot discomfort. So yeah, I guess he's got to make the decision that's best for him. That's always how it is. It used to be best for my family, best for my team. Put your team first. There's no I in team. I don't think these guys have even heard of these mantras. And look at today's pudgy, average NBA player. Hell, there are even stars that look a little on the fat side. Remember the 90s where everybody was lean? You could see like the striation, you could see all the muscle. These guys look like they could run forever. Everybody could be a track star. Where are those guys now? Because I'm not seeing them. Perhaps Giannis aside, just about everybody looks like they get bulldozed by David Robinson, Karl Malone, take your pick. On top of that, you got Draymond Green trashing this new format, saying it sucks. Is he going to get reprimanded for this? Is Kevin Hart going to get reprimanded for saying that Shaq was dressed like a porn director? The NBA would have had such a fit back in the day over this. Kevin Hart would have had to publicly apologize. There would have been a press conference and everything, and he'd have to make some kind of donation. Now, if he has to apologize, it'll just be a tweet. Yo, I messed up. That's about it. Draymond Green, one of those guys who I'm talking about, is looking like he's got a body by Snickers. And I like what the Big O said about this. If he's not passing the ball to Steph Curry, what's he doing here? I don't even want to get into the game itself. Okay, first to 40. That's one way to stop the score from getting over 200. But we also interrupt it with like it's a variety show and we have more commercials than game. LeBron James probably saw this coming and thought, this hurts my brand and I've got to make a decision that's best for me. I'm going to sit this one out. You guys go do your thing over here. It's Steph's backyard. Go right ahead. And LeBrick's defenders will say, well, you can't blame him. He saw this train wreck coming ahead and he always makes the right decision. But it's because of LeBron James we've gotten here. These players are paid way too much. They don't care about winning. They'll do things to support their legacy, team up. The inmates run the asylum. Silver is the weakest commissioner in all of pro sports. I can't even tell you who the commissioner of NHL or MLB are, but hey, at least they're keeping things going. And the NBA says we're making money elsewhere outside the US, but the domestic product, people are not interested in this, and you're not going to be building more great American ball players coming forward. The laziness has translated into college. When was the last time you saw a college coach wearing a suit? Even the ones that were wearing suits, they're not wearing suits anymore. Tom Izzo, Bill Self, nope. Give us a sweats, a quarter zip. Obviously, LeBron James is the key factor in the downtrending of the NBA, but I gotta wonder if maybe other events didn't play a big role too. We just don't see it yet. Maybe the Malice in the Palace, the brawl between the Detroit Pistons and the Indiana Pacers, had the commissioner thinking, you know what, we're leaning way too thug. We got to clean this up. And what ended up happening from that? Well, we took all the players who really wanted to street ball and we said, you know what, let's try to be all inclusive and like have our different initiatives, Black Lives Matter, all these other things. to soften the league up and try to get competitiveness out of the league. And now you end up with this. I mean, there was a time in the early 2000s I wasn't watching basketball as much, but I could still appreciate what they were doing. And it was still accessible. Now, I don't think most people recognize these players other than them being tall. They aren't household names, even winning championships. And I think back to the 90s when NBA basketball seemed higher up in priority than the NFL. And now it is no contest. Everybody knows who Patrick Mahomes is. They can identify him from a mile away. You know who won the Super Bowl. Who remembers who won the NBA Finals last year and who they played against? We've got Mac McClung getting dusted off from his day job so that he can win 3 straight dunk competitions. I'm sorry, it's not a world dunk spectacular. It's the NBA slam dunk contest. If you're not in the NBA, John Morant's going to see that and he's like, yeah, you go 8 next year. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. No, you should be fined for even suggesting as such. Oh, this guy's going to make me dunk now. Then what were you doing? Oh, yeah, just collecting paychecks. And it's so easy to blame Commissioner Silver for doing whatever he can to try to spicing this up because today's players just don't want to play. They don't care. They're fat and lazy. They have guaranteed contracts, which is just insane considering their output. Maybe next year, they should put some of their money on the line. If you get voted an all-star, hey, you got to put some money in. You want to be listed as an all-star, you have to actually play. I didn't even mind what MLB used to be doing with their all-star game. Let's get this back to East and West conferences and have them vying for home court advantage in the finals. You got to raise the stakes because if the all-star game and festivities don't mean anything, look what happens.
Thank you for watching my son's YouTube station. It's not for everyone, but he tries. Maybe if you bought some merch below, he'll eventually get good at the YouTubing.